Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Gruss here, back from MBR Starcast, with today a guide on Nocturne, the Eternal Nightmare. I'm going to be showing you how to gank from the darkness and snowball faster than Nunu in the North Pole. So I want to start off this guide with some fun facts about Nocturne. Nocturne's ultimate, Paranoia, was originally the name of Fiddlestick's original passive, which caused enemies to miss their attacks. Did you know Grazer's smokescreen interacts with Nocturne? If an enemy Nocturne is hit by smokescreen, Graze will say, "I've got your darkness," or "Who's in the dark now?" So let's get down to the real business now then, guys. The reason you're here is to see how to play Nocturne AD. So starting off, we'll look at the mastery tree. You can see it on the screen. I've gone down 21 points in my offensive tree and 9 points in my defense. For my runes, I like to take 3 greater quintessences of movement speed, 9 greater marks of attack damage, 9 greater seals of armor, and finally 9 greater glyphs of scaling cooldown reduction. Gives me a nice little bit of a mix, some little tanky stats in there as well. Again, the physical damage, some movement speed, cooldown, everything to help me get through my jungle a lot faster. Now moving on to my build order. As I look to play Nocturne purely AD, the only real tank stat I look to get is Warmogs, but you gotta remember, guys, everything is situational. Sure, you can build Nocturne this real AD bruiser way, but if you're lacking a tank or their team's really fed, then maybe you want to change it and put some armor in. Plan to do a future Nocturne guide looking at the tanky spec, looking at all the armor and health, and not really having this damage build to it. But anyway, moving on. The item I like to start off with Nocturne, as per many junglers, is the Hunter's Machete. It's really good for clearing the jungle early game with the additional 5 pots. Thanks to Nocturne's passive plus his W, the increased attack speed, you have a really good clear rate, so you can get through that jungle nice and easily. Once I back, I look to pick up my Spirit Stone. Depending if I've been able to achieve a kill or not, I then look to go Boots Mobility. If I haven't, then maybe Boots to Speed plus the Longsword, just to get that increased damage. But picking up those Boots Mobility will really increase your gank rate pre-level 6, and of course after level 6, meaning that you can get in range for your ultimate a lot quicker. From there, I look to complete my Spirit of the Outer Lizard, a must for any jungler to get your spirit item. Spirit of the Outer Lizard increase my damage, get cooldown. The sustain you get through killing jungle camps is really OP. It has to be your first item to buy it after Boots and Mobility, or even before Boost. It all kind of depends on how the game's going. From there, it's down to you to decide what you feel that you need. I like to say I fully go for damage. I think the Hydra is a real big good pickup on Nocturne through the active, through the damage, through the lifesteal you get. If you pop your ultimate onto someone, you use the active of the Hydra OP. Along with channeled that with the Blade of the Rune King, with the slow to the Blade of the Rune King, using your fear, no one's going to be getting away with you, even if they do decide to flash. Because with this Nocturne build, you're looking to destroy someone. Once you get on top of an AD carry, you will blow them up if you're on your own or if you have your team members with you. Other options to go for as well as the Triforce, a very nice pickup on Nocturne. It increases his burst potential. Along with that, I think the Infinity Edge is a real big item to pick up. The damage you get from it, the crit chance, everything really works well. Along with that, the Black Cleaver is really nice because of the health, the armor pen you get. From there, the only real health item I like to get on Nocturne in this build is my Warmogs, but again, everything is situational. You might not feel that you need to go for your Warmogs, but once you're Nocturne, you dive in, everyone's going to be focused on you. So have that additional 1000 HP is quite a nice stat to have. And some other items you could maybe look to go for is a Last Whisper, your randoms if you need that bit of armor. But for my AD Nocturne build, this is what I like to look to go for. My ability sequence in the jungle, I like to start off with my Q, then go for my W, and then go for my E, then max out my Q. You can see in the bar below, I have actually to take my E at level 2. The reason for this, it all depends on what you want to make happen as a jungler. In this game I was playing, they had an Eve as the enemy jungler. I decided to invade her, so taking my W to me is not really much use. I want to have my E so that I can fear her, to either make her flash or to secure to pick the kill up. So starting off my blue buff, I get the help from Katarina and Teemo. Generally you want to start off on where your AD carry side is, as you'll be able to get a better pull from the AD carry, the support and the mid laner. But in this instance I knew that Eve was jungling. I was pretty confident that she wouldn't be invading myself, so I felt that I'd be able to invade her. I've only taken a flash and smite, so I have no kill potential with like an ignite or exhaust, but I felt comfortable enough to actually be able to secure a kill here. So neither did I know, I didn't realise this was actually warded. As you can see, there was a ward there where I went to drop my ward. but I feel that they must have thought that I went there, checked it, and I must have backed. No pings, as you can see, this is a replay on LoL replay. No pings went down from the enemy team, so she does actually check the bush using a stealth, realizes I'm not there, but me being smart as I am, I've dropped my trinket down, and this is what trinket is so important for. Able to have vision of her, I can see she's now dropping down low, coming into the bush. She will notice me here. She does smite the red buff early, allowing me to actually steal the red buff from her, so I get the gold for that, and along with my fear plus my Q, I easily killed her before she had the chance to flash. So that's the potential of taking your E, but generally I like to take my W for the attack speed because it helps your passive clear the jungle rate a lot quicker. One of the most important things as being a jungler is being able to keep times of the buffs, the dragons and the barons which spawn on the map. Through doing this, you stop yourself being counter-jungled by the enemy jungler and allow yourself to counter-jungle them. For example, if you know their blue buff had been taken at 12 minutes, you type in your chat bar, blue spawns at 17 for the enemy side. You then reposition yourself around 16:30. You can drop a ward on their blue side. You can either try to take the blue buff as soon as it spawns or wait for the enemy jungler to come and gank them, securing their buff, maybe even getting yourself a kill. Very important for dragon and baron, especially dragon, as you want to be controlling that dragon area, looking to control that with pink wards where you can, and getting your bot lane, even mid lane, to come help you. With a pink ward you can try and rush it down. It's gold that the enemy team won't get, and everyone on your team gets to share. So very important. Keep all the times in mind, guys. So how much presence does Nocturne have in the jungle pre-level 6, I hear you ask? Well, it all depends on what the enemy laners are doing, how hard they push, how good their warding is, and how good your communication with your teammates are. So for example here, I told my bot lane to go in, as with Leona they had a nice heavy amount of CC, which allowed me to use my Q to get into lane quicker, fearing Lucian to pick up a kill on him, and also killing Blitzcrank. Unfortunately, Caitlyn did overextend in this situation and died to Blitzcrank, which picked up a double kill. Pre-level 6, only level 4 at this point, which is going to allow my snowball to be a lot heavier now. It's going to allow me to pick up those early damage items, for example rushing into an early Tiamat because of this. And now another example of a gank pre-level 6 is coming into this mid lane. You can see the ward, they did actually have a ward here, and for some reason Shogath didn't actually seem to respond to me being there. He does silence me, which I could have W'd, but thanks to my fear plus Katarina's ignite, it allows her to pick up a pretty simple kill. She does have to expand her flash at the end. I thought she could have Shapumpo'd onto me, but it could have been on cooldown. So there was the pressure of ganking pre-level 6 with Nocturne. So when playing this AD bruiser type Nocturne, I always like to focus the AD carry on the enemy team. My job is to shut him down. If I die doing it, then that's okay, as long as he dies. Taking the AD carry out of the team fight means they're going to lose the majority of their damage. If you can't get to the AD carry, then look towards the AP carry. They're the two most important champions that you want to focus in the team fights. Once jumping onto a champion, what you want to do is use your ultimate paranoia to then land your Dustbringer, allowing you to keep your movement speed up along with them. So once you leash your unspeakable horror on them, you're going to have the increased movement speed to keep up with them. Also using your Shroud of Darkness to block any ability they may throw at you, and through this you're pretty much guaranteed to kill the AD carry or AP carry, thanks to having your Hydra plus whatever AD items you may have. Coming close to the end of this guide now, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it so far. I now want to talk about the pros of being Nocturne. Starting off with his fast clear time, thanks to his passive, his W, the passive on his W with the increased attack speed, it allows you to clear the jungle very quickly, which means that you can make better ganks happen, you earn additional gold faster, very good stuff. Along with that, he is a great ganker, thanks to his ultimate plus his fear. He has great kill potential if you can make your combo work together. He's very scary when fed. He can snowball very quickly if you allow him to pick up the kills on your team, especially when going this AD route. Along with that, he has semi-global pressure thanks to his ultimate, so you can kind of split push a lane later on and then be able to get to where your team needs you pretty quickly. On top of that, he has a legendary skin. I think it has to be my favourite legendary skin in game. Just the sound, he sounds like a transformer when he's flying through the air when he ultimates. We talked about the positives of being this beast as Nocturne. Obviously with positives there's always negatives. This is not a magical fairy tale world we live in, so starting off with, he can be be quite squishy, especially with this AD kind of route that I like to take with him in this jungle. It does leave you runnable to being destroyed, especially where you have to ult onto a certain champion. If you do that in the team fights, most likely they're all going to try and focus you to stop that happening, but as long as you can kill the AD carry in time, then it's not the most important thing if you die. He's not that tanky like other junglers. A lot of other junglers have quite a bit of better base stats than what Nocturne does, but it's not too important. He's unreliable CC, so obviously you can ult in and then you put your fear on them, but that fear can be broken by either them flashing or by moving out of range. So ideally what you want to do is try and lay your Q down then fear so that you have your movement speed from your Q, but it's not a definite thing. But hopefully with some CC in your lane like a Leona, you'll be able to guarantee that you land your fear. He's easily focused in team fights, as I mentioned earlier. You're going to be in there, so they're going to be looking to kill you. And Paranoia has a short range, especially at the early levels. It's not OP what it used to be, like all the global ultimates like your Pantheon and Twisted Fate. So there you go, guys. We've come to the end of this guide now. Hopefully it's been educational for you all. You're going to be able to learn how to play Nocturne to a better standard maybe. You're going to be able to make more powerful ganks. Maybe you're interested in how to build him AD instead of the tanky route you can go for him. If you feel that I've missed anything out, please let me know in the comment section. I'm always looking to improve my videos and guides. I've got a lot more guides working on. If there's any guides you'd like to see for certain champions, please let me know. Currently working on the Lucian one now, so that might be out within the next week or two. Nevertheless, GG, have fun with Nocturne, and you guys are all bosses, so take it easy and have a good day. Peace. GG to you guys that have made it this far. You earn yourself a cookie, nom nom nom. You now have the option to click onto some of my previous videos. Clicking on the top lane will take you to a playlist of all my top lane videos that I've made, over 150, including champions like Nasus, Renekton, Garen, Zed, Teemo. Click on my Nasus guide, you'll find out how to play Nasus like myself. Mid lane takes you to a playlist of all the mid laners I've played, Lux, Kassadin, Valkos, many more, and all the pentakills for the pentakill playlist, along with some kill compilations and some pro plays in there. Enjoy, have a good day, peace.